Good morning. Good morning. This is the Good Morning Show. It is your place for faith in the morning. I'm sitting here with Sandra Yvonne. Good morning.
Good morning.
We are going to start our watch parties, get ready to have a great discussion. It's Friday. We can let our hair down a little bit. We can breathe a little bit, right? So thank you for tuning in. The Good Morning Show is your place for faith in the morning. On Fridays, it's your place for faith, laughs, real talk, just about anything you want to do. We do it on Friday. So that is what we dedicate the Friday show to. It's all about just having a conversation with friends. And so I am so honored that I've got some really good friends that like to join me. They wake up extra early on Fridays. And sometimes I'm like, please join me. And they're like, yes, I can do it. So I want to introduce all of you to the owner of Tour Amor, Miss Sandra Yvonne. Woo!
Buenos dias. Happy Friday, everyone.
Oh, Sandra, how you been?
I am well. I've been a little overwhelmed, tired between work and in the middle of a move. But God says that He will renew our strength.
Yes.
So, wings as eagles. So we will run and not run weary.
That
So
is
I trust
right.
in that.
I love that you started that. I think we should start the show with a verse sometimes.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah,
Nice.
I don't know exactly. I know I know the Bible, but if you ask me where is it, I just know it's in Isaiah. That's all I know. I don't remember. As long as it's in my heart and right here, that's all that matters.
True. That's very true. Well, I'm just so glad you joined me on Fridays. And so, like I said, Sandra is the founder, CEO of Tour Amor. Would you explain a little bit about what Tour Amor is? And then we'll invite another Friday Squad member here on shortly.
Awesome. Thank you, Candy. Tour Amor is a group travel organization. We educate, we do adventure, and we basically do cultural immersion. And our niche market, our focus is Afro-Latin culture. We recognize that being Black is not monolithic. There's a lot of people that don't know the full history of the transatlantic slave trade. So all of our trips and basically, focus on some type of, historical background, whether it's primarily South America and the but there's Black people everywhere. So that's what we do. So come on board. Please go visit our website, www.tourmore.com. You can follow us on Instagram @tourmore and also on Facebook. We love to have you on a trip.
It's so awesome. I've tagged Sandra in today's post, so you can go to her page and then go to Tour Amor. And we cannot wait till everything opens back up. But even so, we have a Friday Squad member who's traveling the world. So there still is some travel.
There's travel. There's travel.
Well, we're really excited that we know next month we're going to be talking about business. And I think we're going to tailor it to women in business. But Rio, you are always welcome to join the conversation, even if it is women in business next month. Good morning, Rio.
Good morning, everyone. How are you? Happy Friday.
Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So Rio is the owner of Rio Fitness. Talk a little bit about who you are, Rio, and what you do.
Well, I'm Rio, and I'm blessed and humble, as always.
Yeah.
But yeah, Candy hit it on the head. So I'm owner of Rio Fitness, currently offering virtual training sessions. So feel free to contact me at riowinfrey.com, bookrio.com, or you can email me. That's Rio, R-I-O, Winfrey like Oprah, at gmail.com. Instagram, RIO, the letter T, WIN, 15. But I'm here to get people healthy and fit. As we always say, mental, spiritually, and physically, once you have those balanced out, you can't be stopped. So I'm here to get you there.
Woo! You're on with fire this morning. Sandra brings the word of God. Rio brings the fit and the mindset. I love it. And I am bringing Jody on camera so to speak. We're going to start out. Does anyone out there want to start with a laugh this morning? I want to say a few things. I'm going to mute you guys just in case we have a little bit of feedback here. But if you are tuning in, first of all, thank you for taking time out of your morning to tune into the Good Morning Show. We say this is your place of faith in the morning because we want to start out with something that'll make you smile, something that'll encourage you. And today we want to make you laugh. So if you haven't checked out Jodee Vids, go over to her Facebook. It's JODEE Vids, and the same thing on Instagram. But, you know, Sandra pointed out last night as we were messaging each other that Jodee had some entanglement issues. So we want to take a look and see, you know, what was going on. And hopefully you guys can hear this.
Hi, yes. Do you guys carry any entanglement? Entanglement. E-N-T. Jada Pinkett Smith says she got some and it made her happy. Figured I'd call in July because I think that August will probably be a popular month. You don't have any? No, not mints. I don't understand what you don't understand. Y'all don't have no entanglement? Is real there? Cause he know. Y'all got some? No, not detangler. Entanglement. Just wanted to see if you guys had any entanglements, maybe in the low 20s, or I could go as high as 27, 28. Entanglement. Is Jade in there?
Okay, well, yeah. I'm going to unmute you guys.
Oh my goodness, Jodee. I love you, girl. Oh my God.
Love Jodee. And if I could bring that up in a minute, I will bring it up.
Oh man.
Oh, sorry. Let me mute my audio here. So what did you guys think of her entanglement issue? Not Jada. Jodee's video first.
You already know how I feel about it. I mean, I was cracking up. I love Jodee. She just makes a big situation, you know, she makes light of it and, you know, just brings people laughter, basically. I love it. I'll take a July entanglement too.
Oh man, she said August is going to be the month. I was cracking up when I saw that. Like literally, Jodee, you know how awesome she is. She's hilarious. She was right on time with that one. I can watch that over and over again.
Figured I'd call in July because I think that
August will be popular.
So for those of you who don't know, Jodee she does comic videos, fun memes. She is just really good with editing. And so that you guys know, she does her own editing.
Oh, I didn't know that.
She does her own editing.
Love it.
She just has that timing. You ever see a comic that is really got that comedic timing? They say that's what they call it. It's absolutely brilliant. And so good morning to Jodee if she's watching. Also want to highlight that, and I may not be able to pull up the actual story here, but Heidi. Hello, Heidi. Everybody say good morning to Heidi. She's watching.
Hello,
Good
Heidi.
morning, Heidi. Miss you.
Heidi is our Estee Lauder friend to the show, and she's a representative for Estee here in the Florida area. And Heidi is doing the Estee Lauder Live at 1 p.m. She told me it's in her stories, but I think stories go so fast, I may or may not be able to share it, but let's take a look. So Heidi and I met at a breast cancer event several years ago, and she was speaking. Estee Lauder was a sponsor of this fashion show, and they had survivors walking the runway. It was absolutely beautiful. And my friend Vanessa Echo, shout out to Vanessa. Vanessa says it's too early, Candy, it's too early. But if you watch this later, Vanessa, thank you for inviting me to that event. So I meet Heidi. I heard her say something about Colombia while she was talking on the microphone on stage. And I was like, did she say she's from Colombia? What? I gotta go meet my sister queen. And we just clicked. And let's see if I can scroll to her story. She said, join me, guys. It's at 1 o'clock. Let's see if the story will play.
I'm going to be discussing a few.
Not her. See this? I've never done a story from Instagram. So Sandra might know, can I skip over this, Sam? Maybe not, right? I don't think so.
My favorite ways to take
So
care
what
of
I'm
my
gonna
skin
do
through meditation.
Is I'm gonna fast forward it and see if it'll go through, and then we'll go to her story.
The top bars, you can change the thing through the top bar.
Yeah, I thought so too, but it won't let me click like it does on your phone.
Oh, okay, right.
So I would love for all of you guys to go to Heidi's page. It's Heidi A. Sanchez. She is with Estee Lauder. She's so beautiful. We love you, Heidi.
Gorgeous.
She's absolutely gorgeous. Like Estee needs to hire her as their model, like their model, like on television broadcast. All right, so we have a few things that we're going to talk about. You guys ready?
Absolutely.
Sandra, what do you think about schools? Are we opening up too soon?
Lord be offense. I believe we have opened up the entire state of Florida. I think, I understand that, the impact on the economy, but at the same time, we're talking about lives. We're talking about, individuals that are continuing to be affected by COVID. And now to put our children on the line. And again, it's a difficult situation. I mean, I don't have children at home, but if I were a parent at home and I also have to go to work, what do you do? School is not daycare, but at the same time, how do you juggle that? It's a tough situation. And I give it to parents right now, and I pray that they make the best choice for them. I just know that as a parent, I used to be on my kids every day, like, wash your hands, go to the bathroom, do this, wash behind your ears. Kids are not going to wash their hands. They're not going to keep their mask on, all day. They're going to be hot, they're going to be, there's just so many things that come into play, that how can we possibly keep everyone safe? How do we know that the schools are going to be officially sanitizing, like a true sanitation effort will take place, not just some Lysol on the desk or anything like that? Is that going to be, part of the regimen moving forward? Me personally, my kids will be at home.
Yeah.
We'll be at home and let them go to the park, let them sweat it out, have their PE. That will be their life, the balance. But I would not feel comfortable having my child sitting in a classroom, day in and day out. Yes, we go to Costco, we go to Sam's, we go to, Target, but we don't sit there 7 hours a day. We don't.
No, absolutely. I'm going to queue up this video. Rio, what's your take? Because I know you don't have little ones, so it would be interesting to hear from someone who doesn't have kids, just weighing in on this.
Absolutely. Well, I'd like to echo, what Sandra was saying. I don't believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, there's not a clear outline of what is being done to these schools prior to kids joining. But even so, I feel like they're definitely opening up way too early. They opened up the state too early, and we're just being set backwards. The trends are just going up, and Florida is making a name for itself, and it has been not the right way. Think about it. You have like sporting events that are going to be taking place as well. There are going to be no fans, in the stands, but yet you can have kids in the classroom that are all together. So none of this is making any sense. No.
I don't know if this makes sense either. That was a good segue, Rio. You didn't even plan on that. But I looked at this video, and I'm gonna mute you guys just for a little background noise here. I saw this clip, and I was like, this doesn't make sense. We may have a little video lag, but that's okay. It's going to play, and hopefully you guys can hear the audio. I'm going to ask you guys to give me a thumbs up if you can hear the audio here.
Schools open. As has been clear, we don't think our children should be locked up at home with devastating consequences when it's perfectly safe for them to go to school, as emphasized by many medical experts. So the president is very keen on seeing schools reopen. It's the only thing that's fair to America's children. And the president has said unmistakably that he wants schools to open. And I was just in the Oval talking to him about that. And when he says open, he means open and full, kids being able to attend each and every day at their school. The science should not stand in the way of this. And as Dr. Scott Atlas said, I thought this was a good quote. Of course we can do it. Everyone else in the Western world, our peer nations, are doing it. We are the outlier here. The science is very clear on this, that, for instance, you look at the JAMA pediatric study of 46 pediatric hospitals in North America that said the risk of critical illness from COVID is far less for children than that of seasonal flu. The science is on our side here.
The science is on our side here. I don't know if I should unmute Sandra. She looked like she's about to go off. Go ahead, Sandra.
What science? I mean, we've been an experiment since day one. We've been an experiment. Schools have been overcrowded for years. So how are we going to social distance our children? So either, you have to wear a mask and you have all these mandates and things that are dictated right now about social distancing and whatnot. But if schools are overcrowded as it is pre-COVID, how are we going to get that, in the classroom? She don't make no sense. Who is this anyway?
This is Kaylee McKinney.
I'm sorry, sis, but you're wrong.
Press secretary to the White House. So she says that we need them to go to schools rather than being at home in horrible conditions. I don't know, Rio, what are your thoughts?
Well, another statement she said in there that was crazy. I mean, I would like to say unbelievable, but at this point, you can't be surprised by what this administration is saying. That could be a whole different show. But she said it's fair to the kids, but it's not fair to the kids. It's not fair to the parents. It's not fair to the states that are opening up, for schools. So everything that was said in this whole press conference here, I mean, it's terrible. It's inaccurate. There's no science behind it. It's crazy.
Yeah, it was a little disturbing to hear that they're pointing to science. It feels
the only
like
science has been an experiment.
Right.
Yes,
Right.
yes. How much science do we really have? We haven't found a cure. We can't get the testing right yet, still. And so it feels like a 3-ring circus, you guys. It feels like nobody knows what they're doing, but they're just going to come on a bunch of educated things that sound like educated, and it's scary. So no, my child will be doing digital learning, and I'm just going to have to figure it out. Like, I'm going to be working, but I'm home.
Yeah.
Not everybody has
That's
that.
the thing, right? Fortunately, I think if a parent is at home and you have that flexibility to work from home, then try to keep your children. I mean, I work in a pharmaceutical industry, and my top support rep has 5 kids at home, and there's times that we're on the phone, and yes, a little girl walks in and whatnot, but this is the new norm. I mean, what are we going to do? At least they're home and safe.
Yeah. Yep. So, and thank you both for weighing in on that. So we want to hear from you guys. Oh, Jody's joining. Hey, Jody, I know you're on your way to work. Jody Vids. Hey,
Joe.
We played your video to kick us off with a smile and a laugh. Jody, you're talented. You just are. You really are amazing. Would you guys help me say good morning to a few folks? Thank you for tuning into the Good Morning Show. Look, if you want your comments to post, like we want your comments to post here on the broadcast screen. You got to go to the Good Morning Show page, but make sure you opt in at StreamYard.com/Facebook. Again, that's StreamYard.com/Facebook, and that will enable comments. But go over to the Good Morning Show page and leave us some comments. We talked about it this week a little bit, but what are your thoughts on the that our White House is saying the science is on their side and schools should open, because we are now the last in the whole world. The U.S. is the last to get kids back in school. We want to hear your thoughts. So what do you think about that? But would you guys help say good morning to some folks here? We've got some folks tuning in.
Ronald.
Representing for the gentleman. He's always with us. Good morning, Ronald.
Good morning, Ronald.
We have Griselle Colon, marketing Maven extraordinaire, and Escarlyn. Hey, Escarlyn, good morning. So if you guys can see her comments, Sandra, you want to take this one? If you can read that on your screen.
Sure. Yes, I will be teaching virtually, and my kids will be having school virtually full time. My prayers go out to the parents who need to go back to work and have to risk sending their kids to school.
Yeah.
We definitely, we are with you in that sentiment, Escarlyn, most certainly.
It's been very interesting. I don't know, what do you do if you're a parent and you have to leave your house?
Yeah.
Where do your kids go? It's really crazy. But thank you both for weighing in on this. It is time to move to our next topic. I was going to say table topic, because we're going to bring the Friday Squad to the red table. How about that?
Uh-oh.
How about we come to the red table? So, we had some interesting discussions this week with Jada and Will at the red table. I want to know, first of all, Rio, did you see the whole thing?
I didn't see the whole thing, but I got a good gist of what went down.
What was your gist?
My gist was, I'm sure they had this conversation prior to come to the table, but at first I was like, was he aware of all that was going on? But not to take away anything that, both of them have done, or as far as their art and everything, but I just felt like they are, to a degree, a lot of us some people put their marriage like on a pedestal. So we see, obviously it's not perfect, but to have an entanglement, just say what it was. You had an affair.
All of this came to be.
She had an affair.
That doesn't matter.
The gentleman that she had
It's
the
all
affair
love.
with is mentally,
Honestly.
he's not mentally there. So I felt like that was another wrong that was done.
Yeah. I don't know if I'm catching this at the right place, but I'm just going to play like 30 seconds of it before, you got to be careful, because Facebook will shut you down if you're playing things that I do not own the rights to video or music used in this broadcast, by the way. Let me know if you guys can hear this, though. I hope I put this on audio.
And I would usually not, that would be something I wouldn't comment on at all.
Yeah.
And I feel like it's a situation that I consider private.
I just feel like they really nobody
Nobody's business.
Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
But I feel like it's healing that needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Even though this is minuscule, I do feel like it's these kinds of things that create the world that we're in. And the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Just being transparent.
And I'm here with you.
I thank you for that, because you've been on a hell of a journey with me. So that's what we're going to start with. This is a very personal journey that became very public.
Yes, absolutely.
For whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess, about 4.5 years ago.
She doesn't say it here, right?
Started
A little
I
bit
think it
further
was
in.
about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Started a friendship with August.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'll give it a few more
we
seconds.
actually became really, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started with him just needing some help.
Mm-hmm.
Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Aug first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick. Yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And we found all those different resources,
Mm-hmm.
To help pull him through.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time, and you go figure out how to make yourself happy, and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over. you
Yeah,
know?
no,
And-
we were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. And one thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes.
Okay. So, and you guys got to unmute. And my apologies in advance because they did not bleep out the certain words that were used. But tell me what you guys think about her choice of words, because she didn't go right to, I had an affair.
Right. I feel like she's also being.
Wait.
I feel like
That was perfect moment. Rio's like,
Right.
yeah.
Right.
So,
So I feel like she is still obviously uncomfortable to a degree with talking about it, even though she's putting it out on the table. But it took her a while to get there, right? So then she wanted to make sure she threw out there, well, we were over. I don't know. You could tell that Will was still somewhat, not saying Will's an angel, but you can still tell he's hurt by that.
Yeah.
And I feel like ultimately it started out as a friendship and it developed into something. And I feel like she was a bit selfish also for doing that, because the guy was sick. Obviously, it's Jada Pinkett in his eyes. He's a young man. And I feel like she was more so for her needs versus trying to help him heal, if that makes any sense.
that was, well, I'll give you my take after Sandra, but thank you for that, Rio. That's very interesting perspective.
This is the first time that I even watched this much of it. Honestly, I haven't watched it. Me personally, if it's not going to edify me or my spirit, why bother? And why be concerned in somebody else's marriage? To a certain extent, I say, well, if someone else is going to talk about it, then let it come from me personally. But how truth is, are we even getting the whole truth? We don't know. For all we know, this could be a plot, for them to go straight to the bank. There's a movie coming up. Jay-Z and Beyonce did the same thing. And again, whether it was true or not, they capitalized on their marriage issues to go straight to the bank. And here we are in the middle of COVID, in the middle of a pandemic, we're in a national crisis, and this is what our people are engulfed in. I honestly, I could care less. What I'm concerned about is, the children that were involved in this marriage. What is the outcome of that? What did they see? What did they not see? Truth be told, they're kind of sketchy, both, the whole family dynamic. So that's, I think, for me personally as a parent, I'm thinking, not that I'm a saint, because my children, I have not always given the best example, hands down the truth. But as a parent, I think to myself, these individuals, even though it was recent, we don't know what has transpired in the past, whether it was Will, whether it was Jada, but children become collateral damage in all of this. Like I say.
That's really good, Sandra. And why? So why talk about this as a community of faith? Well, can I be honest? And it's not going to be pretty. Things like this happen in the church all the time. There are, there's so many things that go on behind closed doors, and there's so many people hurting. But the minute you say you're divorced and you're in the church, or you were the adulterer, maybe you're the person who had the affair in the church, it's almost like people turn their backs on you. And sometimes, unfortunately, people in the world are more willing to come and surround you with love and restoration and concern. The whole world is concerned with this entanglement video, but they broke the internet with I don't know how many millions of views from one show. But the person who is struggling in their marriage or even being abused and they're faithful to serve in their church, they're not getting a phone call from anybody. to say, how can we bring healing? So if you're watching this morning and you've experienced church hurt, or you've experienced going through something that wasn't the picture perfect Christian life, and all of a sudden all your church friends are gone, if that's been you, just raise your hand. You don't have to give us all your laundry. Don't air all your laundry here in the comments. But, have you been in a position where you felt like that, like our backs were turned on you? I think Sandra hit the nail on the head. It's really not something that we're going to get engrossed in, because it doesn't edify us. So, but I did want to bring it up as something that, the church can't sit here and pretend like things don't happen. And like you guys weren't watching this video, because I know you were out there. So I just think it's very interesting to see all the comments. I go out and I watch these videos, but I like to see the mindset of people that are watching it and to hear the comments. And I want to share this. And then I know Rio may have to leave this morning, but I don't know if you guys heard Michael Baisden's take on this. Michael Baisden has a radio show, nationally syndicated, and a caller called in. He was like, let's talk about this entanglement thing. Everybody's capitalizing on it now, right?
Mhm.
We're not, because we're not getting paid for this, by the way. We're not capitalizing on it. But I don't know if you heard the Michael Baisden program. A lady calls in and she's like, he's like, do you think this was an affair? And the lady goes, yeah, they were still married. And Michael Baisden says, but they were separated. They had no more interaction with each other. And I just thought, wow, that's really thought provoking. That what, and I don't necessarily know that I have like anything I want to say about this morning. But what do you guys think about that? If you're separated, is it okay to move on? As a person,
As a Christian, no.
So
No.
in my opinion, yeah, I would say, because you're separated, which in my mind, you're still trying to work on it. You're just taking maybe a mental break and an emotional break to a degree, but you're still tied together. So I don't think that gives, in my opinion, any means to go astray. I feel like you're still working on your marriage. You're just taking some time, to kind of figure things out. So that's my view on it.
Wow. Well, Rio, we don't want to keep you too long from your all important work. We know that you are a busy man. Any final thoughts this morning? Was this a good chat for you, Rio? We're so happy that you joined us.
Oh, well, thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to be here. No, I enjoyed the chat. The entanglement thing, I mean, it's probably one of the top hashtags, I'm sure, or it will be. But I just love hearing different perspectives. I love everything about your show. But always excited. Great topics as always. So blessings to.
If anyone's ready to get these pandemic pounds off, you got to check out.
Oh, Jesus.
That's another show topic. Check out Rio Winfrey. He's Rio T Win on Instagram. But I've already tagged you in everything in the post, and they can find you. Go do the workouts. I did the one-on-ones where it was virtual, and it was what I needed to jumpstart my journey. And all of us have probably put on a little pounds, unless you went the other way and decided, I'm going to take this time and work out, which would have been great, Sandra, for me to do that the whole time. Anyway, Rio, we thank you for being here. Have a great day.
Thank you. You too. Take care, guys.
Bye, Rio.
Bye now.
All right. So, what do you think about that, Sandra? It was, you started. I wanted to get his take before he left.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I've never been married, but my take is, when you get married, it says, what God has joined together, let no man, do us under. So you make a covenant, just like Jesus made a covenant with us, and nobody can undo that. Not the only thing that can separate us is sin. So here we are in the covenant of marriage. We're separated clearly because there are challenges within our marriage. So then we begin more challenges outside the marriage. And if there's a problem in the marriage, you can't possibly solve it outside the marriage. You got to go back in it.
That's good, girl.
So how does that make sense? You're basically putting a Band-Aid, masking something over someone that's going to make you feel good for the moment, but you're truly not even solving the issue at hand.
Yeah.
So now the problem snowballs, and then who knows what might happen, after that. A lot of times I've seen it happen. I've had friendships and family members where, a child comes out of that separation entanglement.
Yeah.
And, again, children become collateral damage.
Mhm.
Or, you're separated. Daddy, doesn't sleep here, but then every other night he does come because mommy and daddy want to get together. But we're not gonna, that's just messy.
It's hard on the kids. Absolutely.
Messy. I think, again, for me personally, as a woman and as a woman of God, I don't think there's anything wrong with separation. Honestly, I don't. But I do believe that there has to be a strategic play in the reason in which we're separating. How are we going to move forward? This is not just you move out, I move out, we're done. No, there has to be a strategy behind how we're going to come together. We're doing counseling, let's share so that way the children are not affected. And if you don't have children, there still needs to be a plan of reunion if that is overall, the ultimate goal. But personally, don't start no mess when you're already in a mess.
Right. Don't start an entanglement when you're in a mess. That's good. I love that, Jody. We can hear your voice. Entanglement. And so I'm with you. I would say I love the fact that you said you're not against separation. Sometimes. And especially, and I keep going back to the community of faith because we don't really have these talks. I don't know where these talks are taking place, maybe in a divorce support group, maybe in other support groups, but on broadcast media, I don't hear people in the church talking about the hurt that goes on behind closed doors. And sometimes we are telling women and men to stay and pray, and they're being abused. That is the biggest, it makes me so frustrated to hear that. Oh, stay and pray. Stay and God will change them, even though you're getting beat. And I'm here to tell you that would not be the heart of the Father. That would not be the heart of Christ for you to be in a position where your life is in danger or your children.
Certainly.
So I would love to be a community here on the Good Morning Show that we support people who are going through the healing process or trying to find healing. And if that means you're setting boundaries and you're separating out of that space, don't stay and get beat down, whether it's emotionally, financial abuse, or physical abuse, especially. But get help. And there's some amazing therapists. We have Shelly Fan come on quite a bit, Sandra.
Yes, love her.
And I've talked to Shelly about personal things. She's just such a great sounding board. And even if she couldn't be my actual therapist, she'll point me in the right direction and refer me. It's just, now more than ever, with COVID, with the anxiety parents are going through right now for schools, with Black Lives Matter and social injustice, we have more reason now than ever
talk about
a conversation and talk about it. So,
and that's why I love and support you and this show, Candy, because we are three-dimensional beings. We are, spirit, mind, and body. And I love that you cater to each and every, the individuals that we are. Obviously, this is your, place of faith in the morning, but we also speak about current events. We also speak about practical life application. People need that. It's not all fire and brimstone and, the Holy Scriptures. We also need practical, everyday life application. We're living on this earth.
Yeah. Practical. That's the word I've been looking for since I started the show. I was like, wait.
I told you I was your gal. You didn't believe me.
You are my gal. I do believe you. Oh my gosh. Speaking of my gal and some good announcements, I want to share some things that I think, we're exploring and we're growing as a show. I want to we'll get to your comments because I know some of you are posting these comments like, let's talk about it. So thank you for posting your comments. But then I want to close the broadcast this morning with a couple of big announcements and ways that the Good Morning Show is going to grow and go before the masses. And Gail is going to come with me. So Tour Amor will be on the
I'm
road.
Gail, if you didn't know, okay? If you tuned in late. I'm Gail. Yo.
Yeah. And so thank you for being here, Sandra. It's such a delight. So let's go back up a little bit. So
Let's see
Nicola,
the comments. It was staged, okay.
now I had a conversation with someone, Sandra, and I was like, we all forget that even though celebrities are coming out with these authentic from home videos or look at my life, I'm being transparent, they are trained and seasoned actors.
They're actors.
Don't forget that, people.
Nothing about reality show is reality.
That's right. That's right. Good morning to you, Naishla, my good friend. She's so sweet. Naishla was actually one of the, let me tell you this. When I was going through chemo, I got scheduled, and they just put you at the closest chemo, center facility. And I was scheduled to go to the Kissimmee location. Naishla was the program manager the manager over scheduling and everything that goes on in the facility.
Okay.
But I've known her since I was just slightly over a teenager. I think I was 20 when I met Naishla, and she didn't know about my journey until she saw my name on her list.
So you guys reconnected through that process.
Yes.
How cool. Look at God.
It was
That's
like
awesome.
It was like God placed me in her loving care, because as I was there, it's kind of, you don't know what to expect. And you walk into the infusion center where they hook you up. There's my port there. They hook you up and they send the chemo through your body. She brought me food. She came to sit with me when I was alone, because they don't like a lot of people in there with you because of, all the compromised immune systems there. So she came and she sat with me. She sat with me until I fell asleep, because you fall asleep during every treatment.
Yeah.
And I can cry just thinking about you, Naishla. She was there, but God planted a friend there with me. So I did.
A familiar face also. That's great.
It was, and people would actually it was a little bit on the edge of like, people were like, why is she getting so much favor? So good morning, my sister. Thank you for being here. Good morning,
Millie.
It's so good to see you guys on here. So, and I did want to show one more comment. She said she protected August more than her husband's feelings. Very interesting. Interesting perspective. All right. So what does Angeline say about our discussion here?
Says we are not advised to make a choice as Christians. We are told pray and God will lead you. Some things don't require prayer for a solution, but a choice. Come on.
Woo, if you guys don't know, check out Angeline for her financial advice. She is an
yes, a choice.
She's also a woman of
we have that free will. Yes.
Good morning, Maureen. Hi. All right. Let's see. We got a couple more comments here, and then we'll close out the broadcast. Stan, you want to take this too?
We should always try to respect our current state and be accountable for ourselves first. But let's keep it real. When you're in those pains and hurts, it's hard to think clearly. And as a believer, I know it's even harder without God's guidance with situations like this. That's right.
Situations like this. That's good. Wow. And let's see if we have one more. Millie, you know Naishla? It is such a small world. I'm telling you. I think Millie's daughter went to school with Naishla.
Melanie went to school. I know Millie's family because we pray for them all the time. I'm so happy to hear about Melanie.
Deep subject, celebrity or not, when you unite with love and make a life, problems will arise. To have a problem in getting involved with someone at a crucial time is not going to help. Very, very hurtful to your partner, yourself, and your children.
Mm-hmm.
Good way to close that conversation up, Millie. Thank you for that. So, Sandra, my Gail, we are so excited at the Good Morning Show that we are partnered with this new, it's not a new channel. I don't know why I said that. It's actually an established channel, but it's a new partnership. And I want to show you guys the brief graphic here. So I Am Beautiful 365 is a page on Facebook. I would love all of you guys to go check it out. I Am Beautiful 365. They celebrate the beauty. I keep saying they, and the founders are like, Candy, can you say we, please? we celebrate the beauty in Black and Brown culture. And it's such a beautiful page. The founders
Love it.
decided to do something positive because of all the negative images that are put out there, not by us in our community. They decided to take control and post positive images, uplifting stories, and they have 500,000 followers, Sandra. So that's all I can say.
What a
Thank
blessing. That
Thank
is
you, Lord.
amazing. What a blessing. You know, I keep thinking, I posted this morning about what our friend Felicia Chauvin,
Siobhan.
Siobhan, don't grind, align.
Oh,
That's been
good.
my thing. When we align ourselves with, you know, God's word and we truly just stand, sometimes we just have to stand,
Yeah.
as opposed to having to chase this, chase that, this and that. It'll come out of overflow. It'll come.
Mm.
And when you align yourself, it'll come. These people knocked on your doorstep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Align.
I
I'm
love it.
so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. And it's funny you say that because I didn't even think about it that way, but we connected through an event that I did because I was doing this live stream. Someone was like, hey, can you help with this event? And then I met this wonderful couple who have launched this platform, and it's I Am Beautiful 365. I'll post it one more time. Go check it out. On Facebook, it's spelled just like you see here on the screen. And what is coming up next, Sandra, is something very interesting. This graphic is going to look weird. I'm sorry, I didn't prepare the corners of it, but I'm going to just post it. It's going to cover up our camera shots here. The 23rd, next Thursday. Everyone take a look at the faces on the screen because it is so exciting. Shelly Fan, Kim Fox, and the founder of I Am Beautiful 365, Candace Edwards, are going to be on a panel, and we're discussing how mental health is beautiful. Now, if you guys don't know Kim Fox is the Cook County State Attorney in Chicago, and she had a video that's gone viral where she's addressing the Black Lives Matter movement. She's addressing the police brutality in a very frank and very real way. And I mean, as a state attorney, she's partnered with law enforcement. She's partnered with politicians, but she didn't hold back on her thoughts. And she also has a few initiatives in the mental health space. So she was the perfect person to come and talk about talk on the panel, along with Shelly Fan, who she pointed out that I didn't even know this, Sandra. It's Minority Mental Health Awareness Month.
Oh, I
didn't know that here in July. So I think that the dynamic of these two powerhouses is going to be amazing. And then Candace Edwards, she is the founder of I Am Beautiful 365, and she's going to weigh in on, you know, what the purpose of the platform was supposed to be and how we can have positive conversations to get people in the Black and Brown community to take
imperative.
Our mental health. Sandra, I mean, what's your take on that?
It's imperative. I think, you know, there's this stigma in our community. Yeah, I don't need to talk to someone. I'm not crazy. Doesn't mean you're crazy. The reason why you talk to someone is so that way you don't go crazy.
Yeah.
You have a support system. And again, you can pray about it, but it's always important to have that, you know, come out. It's always important to have someone else, someone who's, what do we call it? Subjective or objective? I always get confused.
Objective.
Yeah, someone who's objective.
Yeah.
Someone who's objective outside of that picture to help you, you know, maneuver and navigate through those challenges, because we're human beings. We're human beings. So everything, you know, one thing also I think that we also have to be careful of is that we say, well, I can go to my girlfriend, I can go to, you know, here, my friend. But sometimes people tend to give us advice based on their own experiences and their own hurts.
That's good.
So we can't always take. So I think it's imperative that we speak to a professional when it comes to, you know, matters of the heart, and, you know, someone that can give us objective advice.
That is really, really good. I'm going to show the the graphic one more time here. If you can tune in, let me remove this graphic. My apologies. Thursday, July 23rd at 5 p.m. Central Time, because all of these folks are in Chicago, except for Shelly and I. We're here on the East Coast. It'll be 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central Standard Time. Sandra, I've always wanted to say that. know, like a real broadcaster.
You just did.
But we will be having a panel discussion on the I Am Beautiful 365 platform on Facebook Live with Kim Fox, state attorney, Cook County. So I would love for you all to go over to Kim Fox's, that's Fox with 2 X's. Go over to her page sometime today and take a look at a few of her videos. She's really brilliant. And I do love, Sandra, I'm not gonna lie, I love seeing these Black female state attorneys. We have Aramis Ayala is currently the state attorney. We have Monique Worrell who is running for state attorney. We have Kim Fox here in Chicago, and I know there are more around the country, but that's a tough position for a woman of color.
Yeah.
You know, most of the systems that are around them are good old boy, excuse my phrase, good old boys, you know, situations, and they come in already with things against them. So our prayers and our hearts go out to all of the women of color that are in these high political positions. Thank you for your service.
So Candy, I'm sorry, I keep looking at my phone. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I started a watch party and I wanted to give a shout out. We have people from across the globe in Ghana tuning in this morning. Obviously it's afternoon for them, but I had to tell you that there's people viewing from Ghana, Africa. And when you said this is global, it is. It is. So I just wanted to encourage you that. I'm like, yes, we have a few people that joined from Ghana. Awesome.
That is awesome, Gail. Thank you for
Of course. Iron sharpens iron.
Yeah, and I love your support. Thank you so much. It wouldn't be the same just me sitting here. It is absolutely a gift that you have of speaking your mind. If everyone who knows Sandra knows that she's going to give it to you real, but you need a friend like that. And I know that God placed you in my life for that very reason. So
likewise.
So anyway, last but not least, and we know we're going to let Sandra go get her day started. I have at the end of the month, Sandra, let me just go through the list because it's amazing. I have Martha Munizzi helping us to close out. So make his praise glorious.
I give you glory.
Yeah. Yes. She, you know, Martha is the writer of some not only old school, but just staples in our worship playlist. So Martha Munizzi will be with us on July 30th. LaRue Howard, who is a sister friend to Jody and sings at the worship team, River of Life Church, and LaRue Howard is going to close us out on the 31st. So we got the 31st with LaRue, the 30th with Martha. I'm going backwards. We have Maxine. Maxine is a veteran, and she also is a singer, and she's well known in Central Florida and across the country. She's going to be with us on that Wednesday, the 29th. And then Cece Tennille, a well-known singer here in the Central Florida area especially, but she's blown up nationally as well. Cece will be with us. And then we have a few other artists. I couldn't put them all on the page. It's going to be a great end of the month, you guys. So
love it. Love it. Love it.
Let's see. We have a big comment here from Lauren. Wow, such an important topic. I'm a strong believer that teaching people how to use their personal skill to boost self-confidence and feed their mental health in a positive way as personal connection. Oh, you're a personal connection strategist. I did not know that, Lauren. She's always here to support. I teach this skill to the shy and timid, but has proven to be a blessing to many. Thank you. I love what you're doing, Candy, and it's watching you grow. Oh, yes. I feel like we're growing up on the show. Thank you, Maureen. Oh, that's so, look at this.
Hey, Maureen.
So this is so awesome. And thank you all for tuning in. Let's get the Good Morning Show music here. We don't want to go, but we know we have kept you guys a little longer than normal today. Next month, we're probably going to tackle women in business, women, faith, business. It's going to be awesome. But
yes,
we still have more time in July. So don't forget, tune in on Monday at 7:45 a.m. Eastern, 6:45 Central Time. We will be back. My guest this morning, or not my guest, but the Friday Squad, my Gail, Sandra Alvarez. Thank you for being with me, sweetheart. Love
much
you.
love.
Love you guys.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, our friends in Ghana.
Oh, Ghana in the house. Thank you, Ghana. And South Africa too. Shout out. We love you guys. Thank you for tuning into the Good Morning Show.